Emily and Mark moved into Pine Manor, a sprawling Victorian relic at the edge of town. They were young, both artists, and thrilled at the idea of transforming the dusty old house into a vibrant studio and home. The neighbors had whispered tales about Pine Manor's haunted past, but the couple waved them off as mere small-town gossip. The cracks in the ceilings and the creaking floors spoke of age and neglect, not ghosts. The first 2 weeks passed without incident. Emily painted the mornings away in the sunroom, while Mark set up his sculpture workshop in the large, drafty basement. They spent their evenings on the wide porch, marveling at how peaceful life had become. But one cold evening, Emily discovered a hidden door behind a rotting bookshelf in the attic. Curiosity piqued. She opened it to find a spiral staircase leading down into darkness. She called for Mark, and together they descended, their footsteps echoing off the cold stone walls. At the bottom, they found an old wine cellar, its shelves still lined with dusty, untouched bottles. In the far corner, a heavy wooden chest sat ominously. They pried it open to reveal a collection of old diaries and letters, yellowed with time. As they read the faded ink, they uncovered the tragic story of the house's original occupants, the Murphys. The diaries spoke of love, betrayal, and a curse that promised doom to anyone who entered the manor. Dismissing it as fanciful writing, Emily and Mark shoved the chest back and closed the cellar door. Strange things began to happen. Emily's paintings, once bright and lively, took on a darker, more unsettling tone. Mark's sculptures seemed to twist into grotesque shapes on their own. They heard whispers in the hallways and felt cold drafts from nowhere. One night, Emily awoke to find Mark standing at the foot of their bed, eyes vacant, mumbling incoherently about finishing what they started. She shook him awake, but he had no memory of it the next morning. Desperate, they decided to leave the house. As they packed their things, they realized they were not alone. Shadows flitted along the walls, and the temperature dropped sharply. The old Murphy's curse was real, and it wanted them. They barely escaped, leaving everything behind. Pine Manor stood silent once more, its secrets waiting for the next curious souls who would dare to enter. Emily and Mark never spoke of the house again, but they could never quite shake the feeling that somewhere, somehow, it was watching them, waiting for its next moment to strike.